Would you handle the world's largest vegetable? Or journey down a boiling river? Find a tree that's the last of its kind? Or how about visiting a deadly garden? Today we are looking at the most amazing cases of nature playing by its own rules.
This is the story of a plant, but not just any plant. It is the story of a plant that long, long ago once ruled the world. A plant that today is the very last of its kind. It's this plant behind me, Encephalatus woodii, E. woodii for short, and I've been looking after it for over 20 years. It was named for British botanist John Medley Wood, who in 1895 discovered it growing on a hillside on the coast of South Africa. The strange, handsome plant caught his eye, and he carefully removed a small portion of it and had it shipped all the way to London, to here, Kew Gardens, where it's been for the last 117 years. But its history goes much, much further back. You see, Encephalatus woodii is what is known as a cycad, and cycads have been around for 300 million years. As the millennium rolled on, cycads flourished, providing shade for triceratops, a perch for pterodactyls, and a tasty snack for brontosauruses. At one point during the Jurassic, cycads made up 20% of all the plants on Earth and covered every corner of the globe. But the good times couldn't last forever. The dinosaurs went extinct. Ice ages came and went. New modern plants like conifers and fruit trees started pushing cycads out. And the once proud population of E. woodii were reduced and reduced and reduced until there was possibly only one left. One single solitary E. woodii growing quietly on a hillside. Which brings us right back to John Medley Wood. At the time, he had no way of knowing just how rare his discovery was, but expedition after expedition in search of more E. woodii have proved fruitless. You see, cycads are dioecious, meaning you need separate male and female plants to create a new one. And this one happens to be a male, a true lonely bachelor. If a female mate cannot be found, it really will be the last of its kind. To this day, researchers are still looking. After all, it's a big world and might just be a chance. In the meantime, he'll have me to keep him company.
Up next, the world's deadliest garden. But first, are you a documentary buff? Whether you're a nature enthusiast, true crime fanatic, history geek, or conspiracy theorist, Magellan TV has you covered. Magellan TV is a platform dedicated to documentaries, and they have thousands of them, available to stream anywhere, anytime. They've got all sorts of playlists to suit your mood. Always thinking about the Roman Empire? Me too. I, Caesar, the rise and fall of Roman Empire, can answer all of your burning questions. I'm a huge movie buff, so I loved watching Hollywood weapons. Like Mythbusters, they break down iconic action scenes in film and TV and recreate them in the real world. Explosions in car chases, who could want more? And for those quiet nights where I feel like staring at the stars, there's a whole playlist dedicated to space. Whether you're craving more nature content or want to find your Roman Empire, click the link in the description box to get a 30-day free trial and get access to over 3,000 documentaries on Magellan TV. Now back to that poison garden.
A Tropobelladonna will kill you. Datura will put you to sleep forever. Aconitum will kill you. Laurel will produce cyanide and kill you. Every plant here in the poison garden is poisonous and has the ability to kill you. My name's Trevor Jones and I'm the head gardener of Alnwick Garden. This plant is giant hogweed. It will get up to around about 8 foot high. It's phototoxic, so will burn your skin and give you blisters for up to 7 years. This garden is set in the wall garden of the old castle in Northumberland, UK. we'd have around about 95 plants, and we're adding to the collection all the time. This plant is aconitum, or monkshood. Wonderful blue flowers, but the whole of the plant is poisonous. The berries, crushed up and fed to you, will kill you. The leaves themselves will kill you also, as will the root and the stem. We have to obviously maintain the garden, so we have to tend the plants, and when we do that we have to be very careful of the way we operate. So we have to cover some of our skin when we deal with particularly dangerous plants. This plant is laurel. It produces cyanide, and we all know what that'll do to you. So it's the brainchild of the Duchess of Northumberland. So rather than having a herb garden, she decided to create more interest and have a poison garden. They're very, very common plants. In fact, a lot of them are what we call cottage garden plants, and they're grown in many people's gardens, but people don't know how harmful they actually are. This is Atropa belladonna. 4 berries are enough to kill a child. People are intrigued by poisonous plants and often very worried when they come out, because many of them will be growing these plants at home. They don't realise the powerful impact plants can have on us as humans.
Is it something that you find fascinating?
Definitely.
Why?
It's a good way to get rid of your wife.
Now get ready for one of the world's heaviest vegetables.
Good day. We can grow giant marrows 4 foot in a month, 45 inches. These marrows would taste exactly the same as a normal marrow. Nice and tender and lush. Some of them look a bit tough, but once you cut into them, they cut like butter. My name is Philip Fowles. I live in Llanari, Wales, and I grow giant vegetables. I've been growing giant vegetables now for the last 30 years. I come from a very large family. My mother had 17 children. 13 of us survived, and I think, that was something, big vegetables feed big families. I'm up here every morning, every night, every single day of the week. There's a lot of love and care goes into it. Sometimes I do a bit of talking to them as well, to encourage them to grow, which is a bit of fun. I think he's just about finished growing there now. I got to be very careful. The wife is not about when I start talking to my vegetables, but it's all good fun. I broke the world record for the heaviest cucumber, 25 years ago. It weighed 18.5 pounds, and it was just incredible the way it grew. When I started, if we had a marrow, 20, 30 pound in weight, you had a big marrow. Now we're up over 100 pound in weight. A normal cabbage would be 2 pound in weight. Well, we have grown them 120 pound. You can feed 120, 130, 140 people off one cabbage. This is why I supply the local pub, and they use them up for Sunday lunch. I've developed my own strain, more or less, now. I select my own seed every year, the biggest and the best seed, and it just seems to be improving, which is incredible. I grow organically. I think if I can do it, anybody can do it. And it's a big thrill every day. The wife say, what am I doing up the allotment every day? And when she comes up, she realizes.
How about the world's hottest river?
Imagine a river, hot enough to kill you. Said to be the home of a powerful Amazonian water spirit. That place is real, and I've been there. It's the Xanaitimpisca, the boiling river of the Amazon. My name's Andres Russo, and I am a geothermal scientist and conservationist. As a boy in Lima, my grandfather told me this crazy story about the search for the lost city of gold. There was a detail in the story about a river that boiled. I certainly imagined it, but never really dwelled on it. It was just a detail.
It's getting much hotter.
Turns out this place is real.
Here's the boiling river. This part pretty hot.
So the boiling river is located in the heart of the central Peruvian Amazon. The hottest temperature I've measured was over 210 degrees Fahrenheit. To put that into everyday terms, the average coffee is roughly 130 degrees. It's hard to physically imagine that much hot water. You stick your hand in and you will see 2nd and 3rd degree burns in a matter of seconds. I've seen a number of animals fall into the boiling river, everything from birds to reptiles. Complex organisms like us, we don't do well at those high temperatures. We literally start to cook on the bone. Feeling that heat come into you, breathing in this thick, hot air where you can feel the air heating you up inside your nose, you can feel it going into your lungs, you can feel the presence of your lungs because of the heat of the air. It still gives me goosebumps. The true name of the boiling river is Shanaitinpishka, and that means, according to one of the local shamans, boiled with the heat of the sun. It's spectacular. This place has totally redefined what it means to be sacred for me. I think once you've experienced something that's truly moved you, you love it, and you can't let that go.